Hello then folks, welcome back to MAGPIES Williams with DoctorBenjyFM, and the transfer window is open. That's right then folks, welcome back, and as you can see we've still got 95 million or so left to spend this summer, and in the 21st of August of course the window now finishes later in the future. 160 million pounds in the balance, and ins and outs have occurred. There's still some time to spend some money, but today Aston Villa, but before that, this is why we're all here. We're here for the transfer reveal. Who's come in and who's gone out? And let's be honest, we knew it was going to happen. He had 1 year left on his contract, and if I didn't sell him, he would never have gone. So we had to. Lautaro Martinez has been a star for us for the seasons that he's been at the club, and this time around has had to leave. £75 million. There was bids from the big clubs in Europe as well as some of the big clubs in the Premier League, and I figured that if I sold him to someone that probably wasn't a rival, that would be the best for everybody. So Borussia Dortmund took him for £75 million. Make a slight profit on him, although we had to pay his wages for quite a while, so probably not. But still, good money for a player that was had 1 year left on his contract. We'll take it. And the replacements are interesting. A few other players left as well. Delafeu's gone and left the club. He was here for a short time, did a job while here, but not fantastic. £25 million to Sevilla, though. Really good value for money, that one, considering we barely used him. Mariano's gone off to Watford for a £20 million fee, got him for 12, so again, pleased with that. Had a really good impact when he first came in, but in the last couple of seasons hasn't really featured, so to get 20 for him, pretty good. Nabil Bentaleb's another player that's left the club. We've got so many quality midfielders, he's just sort of fallen away within that, really. Bought him for 8.5, sold for 9, haven't lost too much on him. Bournemouth are getting a decent player, to be fair. Just again, too many options in the centre, and he wasn't one of them. And then finally, Sean Longstaff's gone to Minnesota. Yeah, I'm sorry, Geordie Nation, it's not. Sometimes you've got to make tough decisions, and there's one right there. So what does it mean? What does it mean? Well, let's bring you the ins then, and I don't even know where to start, viewers. Let's start with a £2 million acquisition of Fraser Forster. Now, I'm actually pretty happy with this. I think it's a decent player to bring in. Of course, Newcastle fans will know all too well. He's from Hexham, not too far from Newcastle, maybe within Newcastle almost. As he comes in, started his career there, joins us back at Newcastle. I think it's a good backup keeper option, even though paying him £65,000 a week. It's a lot of money for a 34-year-old backup, but we needed one, and the fact he's English is a bonus. All right, the next few transfers may be questioned, but again, bringing in a bit of an English quota. We've lost a few English players. We had to bring some in. Chris Smalling is next, 32 years of age at this stage. Really going to be a sort of a backup defender. Of course, we're in the Europa League. I think him and Jamal Lascelles could have a really good partnership in that competition specifically. 10.75 million. Of course, Napoli bought him from Manchester United after some decent loan spells at both Napoli and Roma. Not featuring last season. I think to get him at 32 is still worth it. Good heading, marking and tackling statistics. Positioning still very good. Anticipation, bravery, and physically still got something to offer. So I don't think it's a terrible move. Very much a backup defender for us, but yeah, decent. And for £22 million, along a similar line really, Ross Barkley, who's definitely an upgrade on some of our players we've had before. Bentaleb and Longstaff have both left. I think Ross Barkley is better than both of those players, and can play in multiple positions, whether in the centre of midfield or slightly further forward. As I say, £22 million. Brighton got him for a steal at 10 million and never really did anything for them. And again, filling that English quota a little bit, Ross Barkley joins us, and I don't think it's terrible. It's just sort of, Ross Barkley. Now the next one, £26 million, and the shirt sales have gone through the roof, viewers, as Son Heung-min has joined the team as well. Has been a player who's actually been featuring for Tottenham fairly regularly since he joined them, of course, and in the last few seasons has done okay, but definitely seems to be tapering off a little bit. Similar to the signings of Barkley and Chris Smalling. For me, it's probably going to be more of a backup, although you'll see him start today because of an injury to Saint-Maximin. Welcome to the club. I still think he's got lots of quality, still got great acceleration, off the ball movement still very good, great finishing, can play up front if needs be as well. So we've got options there, of course, Mariano and Martinez going, so we've brought some strikers in, and Son Heung-min can play maybe a role in that as well. Again, happy, but not like, wow, this is amazing. Samasaku, that's right, he's joined us, hopefully I'm saying it right. Samasaku comes in for a big fee, but people in the comment section were letting me know this is the sort of player that we needed. £40 million, you can see we've played some games already. 2 Man of the Match awards for him in 3 games. I'm starting to see what you lot were talking about. Physically fantastic, mentally very good, great passing, great tackling, a bit of a ball winner, but a playmaker at the same time, and that's what we really wanted in this side. 26 years of age, in his perfect peak prime, so you could say as well, and has got a lovely right angle in his attribute graph, which I enjoy too. A really good player, one of our best players we're going to sign, the most expensive player we bought as well, and the 2 strikers we've brought in alongside all of these are just really weird. The first of which is Timo Werner. Yeah, not bad, right? I mean, not exactly a star player in the same way that Martinez was, but still very pacey, great balance, aggression, finishing, pressing forward. Viewers, that's what we were looking for. Weirdly, we've got him on loan from Liverpool, who bought him from RB Leipzig. RB Leipzig. Oh, sorry, viewers, sorry, there's no drinks involved here. And last year, 2 goals in 15, not particularly good, but the season before that, pretty good. So maybe, just maybe, he's going to find a home with us here. Whether he starts or not, that is up for debate, because the free transfer I've brought in to sort of rival Timo Werner, it's pretty good. It's better than Timo Werner. Who could it be, viewers? Who could it? Now you're thinking, who could this be? One Argentine out, one Argentine in. Sergio Aguero comes in, one of the Premier League's best goal scorers of all time, for a big, big wage of 245,000. But you can see, even at the tender age of 34, has still got plenty of ability left in the tank. With scoring goals, 22 just a couple of seasons ago, 18-27 last year, not quite as prolific. But he and Werner can definitely mix things up a little bit, playing that lone striker role. Having someone like Aguero in the team, I think, is not too bad. Signs a 2-year contract, and it's Sergio Aguero, viewers. I don't think I have to say much more than that. Still got fantastic technical and mental abilities, and still okay physically. We'll definitely get a couple of years out of him. Still, as it says there, elite striker. Sergio Aguero at Newcastle United. Not bad at all. Newcastle fans, you'd have taken this, wouldn't you? Let's be honest, you'd have taken this. So that's all the business done then. Sam Robinson was brought in as well, but not by me, by the director of football, as a young centre-back maybe for the future. But you can see there that 101 million spent, 130 has been brought in, and it's kind of strange. We've spent lots of money, but we've brought plenty in, and because we've still got money left to spend, you might be wondering, where are you going to spend it? Well, take a look at the squad then. What are we saying now? I feel like we're in a really good, strong position for the future, both in terms of cover, in terms of starting players. And the problem we've really got, if I'm being completely honest, is that we're a Europa League club. There's definitely that upper echelon player that we currently cannot attract. We can't get at Newcastle United until we're back in the Champions League. But this season, I'm not trying to get back in the Champions League. Oh, no. I'm trying to win the league. That's the goal this season. And so far, it started off pretty well. Everton was a 2-0 victory, a 1-1 draw against Manchester United. Really, really frustrating, this one as well, because I felt like it was a game that we maybe should have and could have won, and it didn't quite happen. 1-0 win away at Burnley, not too bad either, before we play Villa today. It's going to be an interesting time of it with the Europa League, of course. That's going to congest things a little bit, but I've tried to bring in a team, or formulate a squad, really, that can play both roles. Lazaro has picked up an injury recently, and that's prevented him from moving in recent times, which is a bit of an issue. But generally speaking, we're strong in a lot of areas. You think about our wingers now, we've got Son Heung-min's there, St-Maximin, Chiesa, Bailey. In terms of midfield options, Matty Longstaff is there alongside Samasaku. We've got Van der Beek there, Luis Alberto, Ross Barkley. Again, lots of creative players in there. And up front now, Sergio Aguero, Timo Werner, and Kai Havertz, who I've not even mentioned, is still very much inside this side, as is Jordan Henderson, who we'll probably see plenty of. And team-wise then, this is what we're going to go with for this opening game. Of course, the injury to St-Maximin means he won't feature for us, and Son will come in on the left-hand side, a place that he's very familiar. And the back line, I just love the back line. Onana, Odriozola, we've got Ruben Diaz, Nathan Ake, and Grimaldo at the left-back spot. Samaseku will be alongside Jordan Henderson. Bailey one side, Son the other. Havertz behind Aguero. I mean, it's not bad, is it? It's not bad. Timo Werner, of course, on the bench as well, and we need to make sure some of these boys are fit. Some of them have joined us a little bit later, and they're not quite there yet, and we're having to force a few square pegs in round holes at the moment, but I think we're going to be okay. Let's get into this game, though. Aston Villa, away from home. Can the boys do the business? Jolly Nation. It was a very tough transfer window, I've got to say, and I'm not done yet. There's still money to spend, of course. We may well spend it, and of course, making this team better, it's kind of vital that we do. I mean, you left lots of comments last time. Ball-winning midfielder, like a more defensive central midfielder. You definitely said we need one of those. Of course, we knew that Martinez was going to leave, so getting a replacement for him was a big priority. There wasn't much better than Aguero, I've got to be honest, and it's still Aguero, do you know what I mean? Defensively, I actually think we're pretty strong. Maybe another centre-back alongside Ruben Diaz. Again, not being in the Champions League, that's one of the big problems right now. So I ask you again, really, where would you improve the side? What are you thinking? Where's your obvious spots to make a difference? I'm going to say as well, as this game kicks off, these videos go up at 12 o'clock. At 1 o'clock every single weekday, I do go live on Twitch. There's a link in the description to my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/DoctorBenjy. I've currently got a save with Boston going on. A few of you, of course, will be familiar with it. But yeah, just thought I'd let you know. It happens every day. So if you're watching this quite early in the day, I'm live right now until 1 till 5, almost every single day. And then Glory Hunter at 5. It's a system, viewers. As Aguero finds Jordan Henderson, who finds finds Leon Bailey, who finds Kai Havertz. It's a lovely move there, by the way. And we take the lead. Havertz celebrates wildly. Lots of players involved. And a really cool finish as well. Second in the season for him. Lovely. That was nice. Aguero just taking his time, keeping the ball. Look at that. The composure of him as well. To find that pass to Henderson, you don't see it all too often. Some nice passing in the centre, and Havertz, he can't really miss with the way it's presented to him. 1-0. Come on, why? Why? Just saying why, Ben. You've got to have more words than why. Just sounds like you're asking questions. Why? That was closer probably. We're now in our fourth season. I still haven't got it right. I'm not even close to getting it right. I didn't know if the series would go on this long. I thought by year 3 I'd have done the treble, viewers. It's not happened, has it? I still want to win the league. That's the goal here. The Champions League, forget it. I want the league. Villa on the ball on that side, as they've been. Well, the press is actually pretty good from us, of course. We play this gegenpress style. We're continuing with it. We've gone to a more basic version as well, to be honest, as they're keeping the ball quite nicely, as not anymore they're not. Grimaldo pinches it off them, and now Son's on it. And Son takes his time and thinks about it, and then eventually loses it. And now Villa racing forward with the ball on the right-hand side. We've got to defend it well. Force him outside the penalty area. Cross goes in. Flicked on. Does it not quite? Goes back in. Surely he's offside. Ref? Wesley? I mean, that can't count, right? No, offside. I like the fact he celebrated. Like he didn't think he was offside. He's like, no, I'm on. Shouting around, saying he's on. You're so off, mate. It's unbelievable. Onana can't see a thing. Falls to the floor in shock. And Wesley, no. Half an hour gone. Okay, now look, this is good so far, but we have to get to a position, and I think we will do with this side, where we start dominating teams more and more. You look at the state of the bench right now. You might argue that Van der Beek should start, that Chiesa can maybe start ahead of Leon Bailey. There's lots of options now, and that's what we really like about it. Timo Werner's on the bench for us. It's a really, really strong bench. This is still, I haven't even mentioned the fact we've got Luis Alberto there, who's been a bit of a star in the last couple of seasons. I just think Havertz is that level above, especially as he gets older. He's becoming the key man in the team, really. And considering he's got the goal today, that's even better. As Grimaldo's got a free kick. He's scored one already this season, and that time goes close, but not close enough. Again, drawing with United early in the season, pretty good result. I mean, the fact we've held them away at Old Trafford gives us a chance. And I want the league title, and I think our squad's not too far away, as Odriozola has picked up not just a knock, but he's had to go off with it. And I've not got Lazaro available at the moment either. We might have to bring in a backup right back. This is not ideal. Lascelles can play there. Again, not perfectly. Not really at all. I thought you could play there a little bit. You can't even play there a little bit. All right, in which case then, Lascelles isn't coming on. Change of plan. Jordan Henderson moves to that position, and Van der Beek comes on in the centre. It's nice to be able to do that, I'll be honest. All right, 20 minutes left, and at 1-0, it's a little bit precarious at this stage. It's a little bit precarious. So far, Liverpool and City, the only two sides to remain unbeaten. I've actually got those two boys coming up very, very soon as well. So we may well do that as an episode, and concluding the transfer window once I've read through your comments of what you think we maybe need. It might be a case, viewers, for the first time ever. You might say, you don't really need anything, Ben. As the time has ticked away here, this might be a bold thing to do actually now. But Chiesa for Son on the left-hand side as the time is ticking away. No funny business at the end, please. It will take a... Viewers, Onana saves. Just the idea of it, viewers. The very thought, the fact Football Manager are thinking they want to ruin my afternoon. That's what really annoys me. I mean, the question is, though, viewers, there's a minute left, and we're all watching now. We're seeing, Jordan Henderson does brilliantly. As, oh no, come on now. Barry's in. I mean, it's saved. It's sort of cleared away for a corner. We've had 29 shots in the game so far. Our pass completion has been very good. I don't want to see anything daft happen here now. Ball in. I'm on edge now, viewers, because I'm terrified. That's the phrase I'd use. Is that a tactical foul, or is that a stupid foul with 15 seconds to go? Let's find out. He's been called over as well. I don't know if he's walking to waste time, but again, Chiesa's doing a stand-up job here. We're still playing on positive viewers, which might be a bit of a bold decision, as Chiesa's going to be told, hey, you can't do that. Warning. Lovely waste of time. And now let's see. This is Villa's last chance, which I hope we just clear away calmly, viewers. They go short, which I don't think is the right move, I've got to be honest, but maybe it is. Roberts with a shot, and Onana saves, and that should be the game then. Onana clears it immediately down the field, but that's going to be the game. Aston Villa 0, Newcastle 1. Not the most convincing result, but a pretty convincing performance. Well done, lads. Good win. Nice win. Good. We're in a good spot right now, and I like it. As I say, still some transfer business to deal with, and I think we'll probably come up for City next time, as well as revealing, of course, our Europa League group stage, which we'll pay a little bit of attention to, but not too much. There may be a situation where we can begin to win that competition, and that might be our route into the Champions League. That's if the league goes poorly. I genuinely think now, though, with this squad, with this side, we are a top 4 contender. We are not trying to just scrape into the Europa League. Our team is ready built here to be a contender for the Premier League. So let's see if we can do it. Hopefully you've enjoyed this video. Again, let me know all your thoughts in the comment section, and I'll see you again soon, later this week, probably over the weekend, for a whole lot more. We love with care. Until next time, see you soon. Goodbye.